Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright Justice for All, as I start with the mad laughter as I enter things because I don't exactly know what I'm doing. Just trying to delay the trial as much as possible leads to much stabbing in the dark, and what we've done is we've presented a security camera in the hope that, well, not security camera, it was for someone's security, or it didn't really secure anyone, let's put it that way, but it secured evidence, and hopefully it'll secure us in this case by saying the Maton guard would have known about this suicide note forgery. He'd have seen it happen, seen it put in, and this is why he would have went for it. Possibly, I don't know. Confused. Let's go. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera! Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. On Guard knew of the existence of this note, because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. On Guard would have known that the victim had forged the note. Ach! So then the defendant knew this suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. On Guard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. On Guard monitored Mr. Creeder 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. On Guard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Ah, it's all conjecture. Order, order, order! Mr. Edgeworth! It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. Ugh. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured. It came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can prove Mr. On Guard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there, Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Can you get more unusual than a parrot? Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder? That's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness? It's... Yes? Go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley the Killer. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Wait! Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand. Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright. Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objection, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. Really? You want the transmitter and you want to actually talk to us? Is the very stupidest thing of all. To be honest, I guess the killer's on the end of his rope because he's been hunted down on top of everything. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley the Killer, and I am a professional assassin. I say! This could be anyone. What is going on here? Your Honor? How can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. Ah, okay, it's a different one. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh, no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. Again, as soon as Edgeworth said, weird witness, I went apparent. Because that's what we've had on this Take the Stand before, and it was very decisive. It was very good. You've let weirder things happen. This is still a human being, though you can't really prove it is who it says it is, in a way, as well. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelley the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Mayor. A voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelley the Killer. It looks like we've run into yet another unexpected turn of events, like we never have them all the time, and part of the reason is because I'm so dumb. Not to be mean to the judge, of course. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Colida. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Colida. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. I've got these guys with the same voices, more or less, haven't I? I never realised. Well, my voices do vary from time to time, of course. Very well. Is it all just a bad dream? Yes, that's it. A bad dream. We normally have them with you. Shelley the Killer. What is he going to say? About his client. There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his client and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Well, this all seems like it would fly because we know this to be true of him. There's something I must first state. Why must you state it first? We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your client's... I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry. Go on. Well, it appears this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about Mayor's situation. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. Hold it! The trust between you and your client? I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner? This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... Yes? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... That's enough. Please, no more. I wanted to hear. Very well. It was only a hypothetical anyway. And that is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You! Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything! The judge had better watch himself. It is my wish that you grasp the concept before I give the name of my client. Let's keep pressing. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. That egomaniacal. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow, that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close. You're going to have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. Okay, so there was something in there to look at. Well, we know the first thing was rubbish. So we were the trust between you and your client. Now, there was something weird here. Obviously. Just between that and the second one where he's saying, oh, I've got this trust built for my client and I will do anything I want to him. And then it's like, well, he tried to implicate someone in the crime, so, yeah. But isn't that what he does in general? To get away with the assassination? Oh, okay. So we just had to press again. I'm sorry, but I was just wondering about something you just said regarding, of course, the trust. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck. An assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. And that is the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. Okay, so I've managed to do that. Well, that's a different statement. Right. I'm really confused with this testimony because the way it seems to go back and forth over itself. But we did have one like that before, so maybe that's what we're looking for here. But this is the interesting one, of course. This seems new. Now then, I do believe it's about time I revealed the name of my client, don't you agree? Hold it! Yes. Yes, go on. What is it? No, I can't bring myself to ask the client's name after asking repeatedly. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness! What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Colida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. How do I do all these voices? Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. DeKiller just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court. Mr. DeKiller told him a different name. Matt on guard, perhaps. I knew it. Objection! This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. What proof do you have? But you were the one who summoned this witness. You, Shelley the killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Mr. Matt on guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt on guard is innocent. I don't think it's going to end there, though. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. What now? With the way this is going, on guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And on guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Shelley the killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now, it was all one big lie. From the assassin himself, of course. Miss Andrews. The suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button donning the nickel samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impar was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? The right thing. Phoenix. I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Man on Guard is a killer. A murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than On Guard. Even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten On Guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do, Phoenix. Yes, we do, is more to the point. But so ends another episode. The trial continues. Phoenix couldn't convict an innocent woman. He's doing the right thing. But will this work out? Will he save Maya? And will new evidence come? Find out next time, hopefully. Bye-bye.